Progress Racing, show us your tips. Spring is upon us with Hpb Lawrence Stakes Day at Caulfield. Daggy Beaver with you to preview all of the races there, as well as the support card at Rosehill as well. Beaver, how you travelling, mate? You on the mend?
Yeah, on the mend, mate, and ready and firing for the weekend after a pretty good Wednesday.
Yeah, not too bad. Yesterday we found plenty across the board. You were on fire, actually, early on.
Yeah, pretty much in Melbourne. Got some very nice winners there.
Yeah, and a lot of them were easy watches too, which is always nice. And even the couple we missed were quite close. I think I had a run of seconds behind most of your tips. So, hey,
yes,
we'll take
got
it.
the best bet up and got my value bet up as well, which was lovely.
Yeah, nice horse that aft cabin, which we both flagged.
Yes.
So that was good. But we roll on. We've got a bit of a bank now to head to Caulfield, where, as I said, it's the opening salvo of the Spring Carnival with Hpb Lawrence Stakes. The Hpb Lawrence Stakes, the feature. A bit of rain around. Currently on a good track, but it may get to soft with rain through the Friday and Saturday. We'll keep an eye on all of that. Rail is in the 9 metre mark, in fact. So we'll just be wary of anything on pace, but see how it plays out. We kick off with a mile race. Open handicap to start the day, Beaver. What are you doing here with one of your old mates' favourite?
Yeah, no, look, I'm going to go for Jimmy the Bear.
Yep.
I think Jimmy the Bear's been ultra consistent this time in. Last 4 starts has got the 3 wins, and Chief Anthony hasn't got any wins and just keeps finding ways of losing. Jimmy the Bear, I thought, put in a sustained run at Moonee Valley last start and kept going and kept finding the line. I think it gets drawn to suit here and looks hard to beat. And at the price, I prefer to go Jimmy the Bear than Chief Anthony.
I agree. Winners win. Pretty simple. And one of these is a winner. He just keeps fighting the line. Even when he got beat, he was unlucky there and just fought all the way to the line this prep. But I'm sticking with him. Not a lot of pace here, a lot of resuming stayers. So he can probably posse up a bit closer too, which is good. And will be very hard to run down. Thought of that'll roll along up on pace. And I guess obviously Chief Anthony's a chance, but not for me. Yeah.
Not
I think
that price.
No, definitely not. Not a bad way to start the day, actually. I think you can have a pretty comfortable bet and get a run for your money early. The second is a mile, benchmark 78, where tricky stuff here for the girls. I'm sticking with Passion here. I thought that was a nice win last time. Where it chimed in and ran away from most of that field. Now third up in Australia and up in distance, I think will suit 2. And I got the main danger as the other Kiwi who was just too far back last time, chased it home, Unusual Culture. I was hoping to settle closer, but maybe Ken here from that gate. With the 2 Kiwi runners here, what have you made of this?
Yeah, I've flipped it around. I've gone for Unusual Culture here. Got way too far out of its ground last start, back to last, and finished off quite nicely. Third up here, so perfect fitness. Meets Passione couple of kilos better off at the weights. Drawn much better here. I don't think it'll get that far out of its ground. So I've got Unusual Culture on top and hardest to beat Philosopher. It's going well at the moment. Ultra consistent and should run well again.
Beautiful. The third is 1,100 metres for the mares, a benchmark 90. Bless her's just been scratched, I've seen. What do you make of this one?
Yeah, look, I've got She's All Class on top here. I think this is going to be super hard to beat. As we saw, ran first up was second behind Chain of Lightning, that's come out and shown that it's a quality horse. And She's All Class didn't shirk the task there. I think probably just goes straight to the top here and from gate 2 and looks super hard to beat.
My notes read Beaver will stamp He's All Class here. So I'm not going to argue with you.
You're pretty much right, because I am going to make it my best bet of the day.
Yeah, could see that one. With Bless Her out as well, I like it. I've come round to it. You've got to respect that form. and it was a nice debut for that stable there. I had the Dangerous Hellfest, who has trialled well in Sydney and lightly raced winner. Does have a Group 3 win down in Melbourne before coming back onto those bogs for the run on the wet there. But trial was good, and Jamie Carr is the main danger. I think it falls away pretty quickly after that. I don't know what to do with Scorched Earth. I thought she was disappointing first up. At her best, obviously, is in this race. So just going with She's All Class from Hellfest here. Race 4 is the 1200 metre benchmark 78, where I'm looking for fresh blood here. First of all, with I Am Bene coming over from Adelaide, was just stuck on the inside on a real wide swoopers track there. Hit the line pretty well and fits this race very well. And Lady of Honour's trials were really good coming into this, and everything it did last prep was good. Has the pace to lead these along with Home Rule, and I think those two, the fresh blood into these Melbourne races, I think now is the way to go. So that's the way I'm going to play the race, and at the prices this afternoon, if they're still the same, I think I can still back both of them. Yes, I can. So 5 from 2 for me, Beaver.
Yeah, I've gone I Am Bene as well. I thought it was a nice run first up at Morphettville in listed company. Probably should have finished closer, but like the way it still found the line, I think it'll be further improved, and the fact that they've brought it here to Melbourne is a good pointer for me. I think Gate 3 is perfect. They'll roll along here, and that'll give you the last shot. From Home Rule, I think it's going great guns at the moment. Like we said, the horse in the first just set off the pace here last start at Moonee Valley and won well. I think he can run really well again. Yeah,
just a little trier. Got to respect that as well. We get to 2 ripping 3-year-old races here. The first for the boys is the Vane Stakes, a Group 3 over 1,100 metres. Who can't win this race, Beaver, is the question here.
Yeah, it's a bit like that, isn't it? It's a real quality race. Probably Man in the Mirror is probably up against it, but outside of that, the other 7 runners are genuine chances.
Who have you found on top?
I've gone for Alpha One. Love the way it just exploded out of the gates last start. Just pinged straight to the front and gave nothing else a chance. I can see it doing the similar here, is pinging out and going to the front again, and it's going to take some running down.
Yeah, that was a real nice win last time. I'm going to have something on Similion. I like the trials up in Sydney. I thought they were really good. Went round in the Blue Diamond lead-ups and then won the 1,100 metre kindergarten in Sydney. And at the each-way price, I'm going to have something on it. I'm not, Hawks are very much a grand final team, and maybe this is a Caulfield Guineas horse or something, but I might be going for a run or two early, but I think it's a horse of talent. But as I've said, I think everything's a chance here. Alpha One will run well. Giga Kick will run well. We've seen that form, will at least match up against another very good horse on the way through. So, yeah, just at the price, going to stick with Similion from the couple on the pace there. Quaddy kicks off with a Quizette for the girls, and I don't think this is any easier. Did you have a feel for anything here?
I didn't have a feel for a lot here. I thought this was a super difficult race.
Yeah.
Really hard to get a line on these. I thought Bistro at $14. I thought his first up run was good and could, with natural improvement, run well. And I also thought Ibha from the Snowden stable. I think these horses resuming. Both trials have been outstanding.
Yeah, they were as good a trials as you see.
Yeah, they're as good as trials you'll see. Had the first up win in its very first race start down at Caulfield, which is also a good pointer here in a listed company. Then its 2 starts at Rosehill in the group races was disappointing, but put out after that, come back with good trials. I could expect it to run well.
Yeah, I can't really tip anything here. Miss Rosiano's talented, but I went through and watched all the trials, and they've all trialled pretty well. All the chances here. Lady
Yeah.
Lagoon has trialled well. No Diggity, Ebba, as we said, trialled fantastically. Even Lamandra down the bottom, debuting for the Hawks, was a couple of nice trials as well. So really, I might have a spec on it and Lady Laguna at the prices, but not a. We're going to know a lot more after this race, and I suspect a lot of these will be tangling with each other throughout the spring. So looking forward to seeing what happens. Tricky first leg of the quaddie for you there. The Regal Roller 1200 metre listed race is up next. Now, does this Uncommon James form of it beating up sort of your Queensland horses stack up here for you, Beaver?
It doesn't just yet. I certainly think it's a talented horse, but I can't tip it at $2.50 coming off Doomben Eagle, a benchmark 78 at Eagle Farm, and then a set weights it's wherever it was up at Doomben. While they were lovely runs, that wasn't the quality field that it's meeting here for the first time. And at $2.50 was just way too skinny for me. I've gone for Lombardo. Tried really well. We know it's a quality horse. Goes well first up. Has won at this track. Got good form over this distance. I think it can run really well. I'd be more confident if it was drawn a little bit better. Gate 11 outside of the field is a little bit of a problem, but
as long as there's intent, I don't mind that. As long as
I think if it comes out and runs, it can probably take up a forward enough position here. There is a few horses here that will go back, so there isn't a lot of pace anyway. So I think that plays in Lombardo's favour and could be hard to beat.
I agree with everything you said. Lombardo on top. I'm hoping, like I said, there's intent. I think I can see why Uncommon James is in the market because it falls away a bit after that. But Lombardo's a Group 1 winner last start, and then you've got Even Showmanship's a talented horse who was a little bit unlucky at Warrnambool. It's one run in Melbourne. I think is going to be right in this race. I think they're both serious contenders. And even Felicia at 20s is a chance here. And I was looking for the value. Look, it could come out and win. But we've seen even with all the Queensland form that's come down, your Scolapinis have started in the market and done very little. And there's another one that came down and hasn't really stacked up yet. So I'm sticking with the Melbourne form in this case as well. The feature on the card, the 1400 metre Group 2 weight for age Hpb Lawrence Stakes. Not the biggest field in the world, but it may be a tricky one. What have you made of this?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it is a tricky race, but I'm going to go for Mr Brightside. Looks to be the best horse in the race, going off previous form. Last starts won the Group 1 at Randwick. You know what you're going to get. This horse is pretty much foolproof. Can sit anywhere, but in this field, looking at the way it lines up, it's probably going to go straight to the front here. If it gets to the front and controls the race, I can't see anything coming past it, to be brutally honest. Looks too good for these.
I had Streets of Avalon and Buffalo River in front of it, which gave it which is probably even better. Ended up looking for after going through it all, I ended up coming back to Mr Brightside as well. Doncaster winner, some really good runs last time without luck, and I think this is another one where there's a lot of old form here. I had Uncle Bryn in the danger, really really good trial coming into this one, and I think might just stack up as a talented horse. And Regal Power, resuming, is a talented horse. We know that. It's a Group 1 winner, and may be going off for a run soon. But I think he's in this race. So, but
I thought it was in the race too. I was just a little bit worried about the 1400.
Yeah.
And whether it was going to be sharp enough first up. It's had 7 starts. first up and it's only ever won one placing. So it doesn't do its best work first up, and I thought they just might be a little bit too nippy here.
I imagine it's heading to a All-Star Mile or maybe even the McKinnon or something down the road.
Yeah, I think it's more something around the 2000.
Yep. Yeah. Elephant, I sort of went looking for. Trials weren't... The one trial I was able to find didn't blow me away. So, yeah, I think the more I've thought about this, I've warmed right up to Mr Brightside. Let's finish the day with a 1,400 metre benchmark 84, where couple of chances for me here. I think this is another good race to bet into. El Rocco, I think, is a serious horse. You found it at a nice price last time and bolted up. Comes to Saturday down on a minimum and looks to get almost a midweek race, to be honest. To beat up again from I'm forgiving Pescara last time, just got squashed out at a crucial moment, spat out the back, and you can put a pen right through that run. I think he's better than that, and beyond that, the rest of these, as I said, you wouldn't be able to place at Sandown. So sticking with those two, Military Expert probably in the game as a pace option here, and coming down from Sydney. But I think the two I mentioned there, El Rocco especially, a nice bets to finish off, Beaver.
Yeah, I've said it on El Rocco as well, but coming off the last start, which was a lovely win, and I tipped it, and looks to come back really, really bright this preparation. Was given a soft time of it first up, and then franked that at Sandown. Look, gate 6 is perfect. This isn't a super hard field for its first sort of Saturday tilt. Yeah, I certainly think it can run extremely well here, and quite happy with the $4 price at the moment.
Beautiful. Do you want to go through and give us your first spring carnival quaddie for this year?
Yeah, I'll do my best here. As we said, it's quite a tricky one. In the first leg, which starts in race 6, I've gone number 2 Bistro, number 3 Ebha, number 4 I'm Loving Ya, number 7 Lady Laguna, and number 12 Waltz On By.
Beautiful.
In the second leg, race 7, I've gone number 1 Lombardo, number 6 Showmanship, number 11 Uncommon James.
Yep.
In the third leg, race 8, I've gone number 2 Mr Brightside, number 7 I Am Superman, number 8 Elephant, and number 9 Uncle Bryn. And to finish the day, I have gone number 4 Lucky Decision, so number 3 Palenko, number 9 Pasquero, number 11 Unanimous, and number 16 El Rocco.
Lovely. While you're at it, for progretracing.com.au, of course, check them out for everything going on there. Your best and value.
My value bets comes up in race 7, number 1 Lombardo. I think around the $6.50 mark at the moment. That's a very nice price. And my best bet of the day comes up in race 3, number 4 She's All Class.
Lovely. I haven't written one down. I'll make my best. I'll make my value Lady of Honor in race 2, but I think Lombardo's value as well. I agree with that. But you beat me to the punch there. And my best. Let's go with Mr Brightside. I think we'll get a nice run there and be very hard to beat. But looking forward to. I think it's actually a good betting card. Moreover, we've talked about this.
Yeah,
Better.
me too.
I think it's a good way to.
Really like Caulfield.
Yeah, pretty keen. Are you less keen on Rosehill, where we're heading next, with potentially some rain around? As I update.
Not keen on the fields at all at Rosehill. Found them rather tricky.
Yeah, we'll get through them as I said. Bring this up here. Just talk amongst yourselves, partners. There we go. The rail's in the 7 metre mark, that's right, from the 15 to the winning post, 3 metres remainder. So we could potentially have a rails in run day as well, which doesn't necessarily help either. We kick off with the highway over the 1,300 metres. Have you got anything here?
Not really. I couldn't really find anything here. This is a pretty average group of highway horses. If I was forced to have a bet with your money, maybe each way number 2, Dubbo Wanderer. But yeah, this was a bit of a lottery for me.
Yeah, I'll save it for race 2, which is another 1,300 metre. Benchmark 72 for the 3-year-olds, where I'm happy to have something here on back rower at a price. Blinker's going first time, trials have been good, and just I think gets into a really nice spot in the map here behind the couple that competed against each other last time, True Crime and Stonecoat, and I think gives you a sight. I think Stonecoat will be much improved back to dry, and can perhaps turn the tables on True Crime. And obviously Wave Rider Boy was 3 wide the whole way and pretty brave last time. But just having a bit of a spec there on back rower. Beaver, what have you made of these?
Yeah, I've gone for True Crime here. Thought it was a nice win last start. Really controlled it from the front. I think it might be able to do that again here with Nash on board. Drawn well. I think it's around the $4 mark, presents nice price.
Race number 3 is the Midway, another benchmark 72 over the 1,400 metres this time. What have you turned this one upside down and found something?
Similar to the first race here, wasn't overly keen in doing the form. Thought something like Chillo Lake could run well first up if it's forward enough. Has some okay form in some okay races. Did race in a Group 2 last preparation behind Barb Raider. Maybe you can run well fresh.
Fair enough. I've got no idea. I thought Navajo Peak actually might be the best horse, but no jockey booking, needs to run as well. So not quite sure who jumps on and where it fits in otherwise, but I struggled away from there. Chilco Lake, you're right, and that's about it. I have no idea beyond that. Race 4 is the 1,200 metre benchmark 88, where I've got a bit better of an idea. Conscript's flying this prep, will bounce straight onto the bunny, potentially have the rail in its favour if it is playing that way. And I think it's going to be very hard to run down. There's no other pace here from Catalan, who resumes. And I think J-Mac is an obvious danger, and J-Mac may well just have it right in its sights and be stalking the whole way. Dream Circle will run a place. That's about it. I think Conscript's a good bet. Beaver?
Yeah, I'm the same as you for all the same reasons. I think the nice little 1.5 kilo from Tyler Schiller helps. So it gets in 54, gets 3 kilo pull off Catalan, probably controls the pace up front here, and when the presses the button, probably put a couple of lengths on them and be too hard to run down.
The 5th is a 1,400 metre 78, where is track bias the only thing that beats Frumos?
I think so.
Yeah, so do I. It made me a believer last time. Really nice win on the Saturday there, where the form's been franked since, and franked well by Sir Lemur. So as long as it may not even matter, I think it's just better than these. And I think even money, all things being equal, is fine. From Raduna, who will roll along on pace and have that Rosehill rail in its favour. And then back to Tall Feet Glass, if it is wet, is obviously a chance. Anything to add?
Nothing to add there, mate. 100% agree.
Race 6 is a 1,400 metre, what is this, an open handicap, where apparently Mugatoo's carrying 65 kilos with a bit of a claim. So what do you like here?
Tricky race.
Yep.
The 1,400 metres, so you've got a fair few stays resuming here, and you've got a couple of probably Titanium Power. I'm just not convinced. Wouldn't be taking it as favourite. And Oscar Zulu's just being hard to catch at the moment. I'm going to go Surefire. McDonald Waller team up here. First up, does go all right first up, can put in a good run. I know 1 over 2,000. This is back a little bit first up this time in, but I'm sure Waller can have it ready. Trial was okay, wasn't pushed out too much there. I think he can run well in this field.
I found it on top as well. For all the reasons you said, the trials were fine, and I can see. I wouldn't necessarily have a favourite. I can see why Titanium Power's favoured, and the rail might be in its favour with some non-chasers here. But I thought Surefire was is a real live chance here, and then I even had a look at No Compromise as the main danger, to be honest. Mugga2's second trial was much better than its first. I suspect this is just a warm-up run here under the weight, and we'll just see it back to the races and get around without one of its legs falling off again. So, I think Surefire is a nice way to play this. The quaddy kicks off a benchmark 78, 1,800 metres. What have you done here?
Yeah, tricky race here. Really hard to find and line this form up. I settled on Elusive Jewel. Broke through last start. Thought it was a nice enough win. Just sitting off the speed. And I thought it beat a decent horse in Narrated. So same kind of field here, same kind of weights. And it's drawn the inside gate. So I think it can get the right run off the pace. And I think a horse like One Felicity, it can run well. Now it's third up again. So I thought it was not bad at the $15 mark.
Yeah, I think it's Lovely Esteem's turn. That said, I'm not sure if it ran out of fitness or didn't run the distance last time. It looked like it was going to bolt in. So banking a little bit on it being fitness, and it can turn the tables here. Not necessarily excited again about the price. I thought Safika's ready now. Now fourth up, 1,800 metres looks to suit. Hit the line pretty well last time, and gets the and distance suits. And Monte Felicity, I agree. At the price, was unlucky last time, and does fit this race pretty well too, I think. The listed 1,100 metre Rosebud for the 3-year-olds is another very good race. Where what am I going to do here? I really like the trials of Sebenak, actually, for the Hawks team. Nice debut winner last prep, and then went to the Blue Diamond where it was unlucky and non-event in the slipper, but come back well here, trialled well. I think the dry tracks will suit it much better than it did in autumn, and interested to have a spec there from Kibu, who talented horse and might get a nice enough run here. Just in behind a couple of on-pace runners there, but there's more here to talk about. Zuccarino was a nice debut, and other chances. Beaver, did you like anything here?
Yeah, I was similar to you. I actually went for Spacewalk.
Yeah, okay.
I thought the top three were all good chances, Sebenak as well, but I just at the price thought Spacewalk around the $5 mark with the Cummings McDonald combination here. Couple of starts back, it won a nice maiden at Canterbury, and then come out and ran third behind Semillion, which I thought was a pretty good run on a heavy track, and then was put out for a spell. And it's been well trialled up here for a first up tilt, and they've all been decent trials. This last trial only a couple of lengths behind Malkovich.
Beauty. Race 9 is the benchmark 78, 1,400 metres. This is a very average race, so I think Colino finds another winnable one. J-Mac bolted in a field similar to start, and it was pretty good last time, and just falls into a field where I couldn't make a case for anything else away from it. So on top for me, and pretty comfy in being so. What have you made of these?
Yeah, same for me. I kind of looked at the field. I looked at the price of Colino, and I went, oh, geez, that's skinny. What else can I find here? Did the form, and I just couldn't find any form that could beat it. So I kind of went back and said 2 starts back, Randwick was a pretty good win, and then it wasn't disgraced last start behind Bizarro. Gets a 3 kilo relief on that run, so much better weighted here, and with 3 kilo weight relief with J-Mac on board, Gate 7, I just thought it just looks the obvious.
Yeah, definitely. Race 10, 1100 metre, benchmark 78. We got Bjorn in the last with the favourite. Does this look the obvious as well?
Yeah, 100%. Should have won 2 starts back at Rosehill, was absolutely butchered, and then just gave nothing else a chance last start. I think it'll continue to improve, this horse, and it's destined for better races than this.
Yeah. Cloudy's the main danger. $17. I'll have something. I'll be throwing it in the quaddie. It was unlucky first up, trial since, and this is a weakish field away from the favourite, I think. Zarastro was dead to me, but Nash going on does. I think the horse needs him, but it might just not be a horse at all. So maybe just 2 numbers for me in the quaddie, which I better get to. We'll kick off with the first leg, race number 7. We'll go 2 Elusive Jewel, 7 Star Sparks, 12 Safika, 13 Montefelicity, and 5 Lovely Esteem. Second leg, 1 Sebenak, 2 Sweet Ride, 9 Kibu, 11 Zuccarino. Third leg, 8 Colino. All right, we'll go 1 out. And we'll come home with 5 Shades of Rose, 7 Zarastro, and 9 Cloudy. Your best in value at Rosehill?
Yeah, my best, I'm going to have an all up. I'm going to go race 4, number 6 Conscript, all up into the favourite in the last race, 10, number 5 Shades of Rose. I think that would be hard to beat. And my value bet is race 8, number 3 Spacewalk.
Lovely. I guess I'm chips in Colino. I better make it my best then, because it's 1 out in the quaddie. And my value, I think Cloudy's over the odds at $17 in the last, but I think Sebenak as well will run well at an each way price. Have we got anything up north?
Yeah, I found a couple up north again. Wasn't super keen on the race day, but race 2, number 5, Ice in Vancouver. I think it'll be super hard to beat. Race 5, number 2, Jukebox Flyer. I think he can run well. Drawn off the track was a bit of a worry, but can still run well. And then in race 8, number 3, Batiga. Thought it was first up win was good, and I think he can back it up.
Couldn't believe the price first up about Batiga.
Yeah.
In that race. But anyway, yep, I'll back up with it as well. Good job, Beaver. Good to see you on the mend. If you can get out of the house, we might even catch up for a beer on Saturday.
Sounds like a plan.
Good punning, guys. And yeah, let's get into some spring racing. Good horses are back, which has got me excited. Subscribe to progroupracing.com.au and YouTube, as well as their mailing list through their website. And we'll be back what's that night? Tuesday night, the day before Wednesday, to talk Wednesday racing. Take care, and we'll talk soon.